Hey, you're watching Poots Garage. It's another weekend, time for another project. We got to get through something else here. This is another kind of, I don't know, not truck related. So, basically I've been needing to get a shed put up outside so that I can get half this crap that's being stored in this garage. I can get it out of here and kind of make some room and organize things a little bit better. It's kind of the final stage of getting this shop organized a little bit, so bear with me. I got something to start the project, so let's go check it out. Now, previously I had bought the shed itself. It's just one of these super cheap metal sheds. It's in this box here, came from Lowe's. I forget, a few $100. It's a bigger one. It's like 8x10, so it's a decent size. It all fits in that little flat box apparently. I need to figure out what I was gonna do for floor now. I priced out like building a whole like floor system from Lowe's using like 2x6 lumber and plywood and all this crazy stuff, and then putting on concrete blocks and everything because I have nothing but sand in the backyard. And it was gonna cost like, you know, $300 or more, maybe $500. I don't know, it was gonna cost a lot just in wood and different things. So I started looking for cheaper options, and let me show you what we figured out. All right, what we got here is 7 railroad ties. These are gonna make creating this foundation for this shed extremely easy. Pretty much just gonna throw them down, make a box. I got 3 to go down the middle, and then I'll use my scrap 2x6 or whatever I got laying around to, you know, fill in the gaps and whatnot. But this is gonna make it a heck of a lot cheaper and a heck of a lot easier. Whew, I had to come in the garage where it's only 92 degrees in here. It's 100 plus out there. It's been 100 degrees for the last week. It's hot, and now I got to get those things off the truck. I was hoping to do it this morning, but I was just too lazy. So now it's 3 in the afternoon and I'm trying to do it while it's 100 degrees out. But yeah, we got railroad ties. Those are a heck of a lot cheaper. There's a place in town, I don't know, like a railroad place that sells them for 25 bucks a piece. But I found somebody in town selling these ones for $15 a piece, and then I kind of talked them down even a little bit more. So we got that's a heck of a lot cheaper than buying new lumber from Lowe's, and it's already water resistant, ground contact resistant. So basically I don't have to worry about concrete blocks or foundation. I'm just gonna throw those things right onto the sand, right onto the ground. There's gonna be enough contact that it's not gonna sink or move. And then yeah, we'll screw those together one way or the other. And like I said, I got a bunch of scrap 2x6 that I can make all my floor, I don't know what you call it, joists or whatever, little pieces in between. And yeah, it's gonna be super sturdy, super strong. Way overkill for just a little metal shed, but I might end up putting quite a bit of weight in there just because, you know, car stuff and whatnot. But I don't know, we'll see. This is just the cheapest option, easiest way to go for now. So I gotta get these things unloaded. I'm gonna cool off for a little bit before I do that.
this sucks. I was inside, sorry my eyes are red, I was crying. But my shed, I screwed up. This sucks because I ordered this thing months and months ago, and so it's been sitting in here for a long time. And so I went to unbox it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, it's got quite a few pieces in here, but it just doesn't quite feel like it has everything. I feel like I'm missing some stuff. And I get down to the bottom, and there's no hardware, no instructions. I'm like, what's going on? So I start looking at the outside of the box, and apparently there's supposed to be 2 boxes with this. So that sucks. I bought this thing from Lowe's. Online order. It was one of those, they call you when it's in. And so that's what they did. They called me, went and picked it up. And I remember even asking them, because I remember seeing 1 box. And I'm like, man, they shoved this whole shed in 1 box. All right. I asked them, I was like, are you sure it's just 1 box? And they're like, yep, that's it. I was like, okay, cool. And then I left. And months later here, I open it up and I happen to notice the outside. It says there's supposed to be a 2nd box. Damn it. Let me show you. So this is what we got. I got these 2 main ones here. I believe those are probably the door. But I feel like there just wasn't enough structure pieces, you know? Like I kind of have a few pieces, but not a whole lot. And I don't really see anything for like a base, you know? Or, I mean, I do have like a big old stack of sheets here. So that's all the side pieces and everything. So that was cool. This is what I saw when I finally started looking at it right here. Right there. You will receive 2 separate boxes. I wish I would have saw that when I picked it up. But it's kind of like in a red label that you wouldn't really read anyways, because it just looks like, you know, caution, it's heavy, you know, type of stupid thing. So yeah, that sucks. So I think for now I'm gonna kind of put things on hold. I think I'll modify my ground here. I'm gonna dig it down and make it level where it needs to sit, but other than that I'm not gonna put it together yet, just in case plans change and I have to make something else happen here. But that's basically what we're looking at. So I'll make a perimeter and then I'll just put the other 3 across inside, and I won't have to cut anything, and it's the perfect size. But until I get an email back from the company that makes this thing to see if they can maybe send me a 2nd box, or if I have to go contact Lowe's, then well, we're kind of out of luck right now. Kind of sucks. We're in a holding pattern. Wish it didn't happen because I'm really bummed out because I was really hoping to get this thing put together. Plus now I got this half shed scattered across my garage floor that I gotta figure out what to do with. Nothing's ever easy. But we'll continue this later. Whew, we did it. This was an adventure. So, let me tell you something. After our last little update, and I realized that I was missing half of my shed, we went through quite the ordeal. This is now, I believe, 4 weeks later, maybe even 5 weeks at this point. Whatever. It's been a long time, but we finally got what we're missing. That was a mess. After I realized I was missing stuff, I emailed the company, and we went back and forth, and it took about 2 weeks of going back and forth, me trying to explain the situation, trying to explain what I'm missing, and them wanting pictures, and we went back and forth a little ways. They finally sent me something out, which was perfect. They sent me out the package. I was just hoping that it was the correct one, and I was waiting, and I got the FedEx tracking number, and so I was following FedEx tracking number, and I got stuck. Got stuck in Tracy, California, where I grew up in, basically. Got stuck out there. It started in California. I forget what town it was. It was like, I want to say Southern California. Got stuck in Central California for 4 days. And everybody says, you go to Tracy, your package is gone. It's lost forever. I was like, no. So it's stuck there for 4 days. And then finally, all of a sudden, it's on its way out to New Jersey. Why is it going from California over to New Jersey? I live in Nevada. I'm right next to California. And so I emailed FedEx and I started getting on them. You know, it's like, why is my package getting stuck and then getting shipped across the country? Oh, it's just normal for it to go from hub. No, that's not normal. Sorry. So anyways, it got stuck in New Jersey for 4 days. So obviously this package was lost. Man, it took a while. It took 2 weeks solid for that package to go from Southern California to the East Coast and back, and then it magically showed up at my door. I thought that thing was gone. I did not want to have to email the company and be like, I know you just did me a favor and sent me half of a shed that I was missing, but can you send me another one? I didn't want to do that, but luckily we didn't have to. This thing showed up, and it seems to be the correct one. I was a little scared because it's the exact same looking box, so I'm like, oh no, they didn't send me what I already have, did they? But no. We have it, so check it out. So you'll notice we have 13C1, which was the original box, and now we have
13C2, or second box. So a huge shout out to the company. I believe you say Veikous, I'm guessing. I don't know how you say that. Thank you very much for the good customer service and getting this stuff figured out and sent out to me. I don't normally have to reach out to customer service for anything because of issues like this, but you guys handled it great and I got what I needed. And this is what we got. We have different metal now. It's not just sheets. Now we actually have all of our probably base materials. We got separate boxes in here with smaller stuff. We got hardware over there, so we should have everything we need. We got our 2 boxes. So now we can move on. Thank you. Would you look at that? We did it. This shed, that time lapse, I don't know how long that's gonna be. It might only be 30 seconds to a minute, but that took me all day. I started that in the morning. Well, like, I don't know if that was 8 or 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. It was cold. And we just finished. The sun is going down, so it's probably about 5 o'clock right now. Whew, we did it. We did it in one day. That's impressive. I think that's good. I think it's pretty good. I'll give you guys a good look in the morning when we got more light, because I'm tired. Whew, that kicked my butt. Got a nice evening though. It's chilly, but see the sun's going down back behind me. We got the the moon out there. It's kind of a nice little evening. Kind of chilly here. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, we are done. It's the next morning. I'm using the microphone today, see if that helps with the outdoor sound a little better, but this is what we got. I am sore, I tell you what. I don't look as old as I am. I sure feel it, but this is it. We're done. I know this is not the most exciting content, but we have a big old shed. This was 8 by 10 feet. You can see our ground is still not covered. I'm going to run to Lowe's today and grab about 3 4x8 sheets, and we'll make some sort of flooring in here, but you guys don't need to see that because that's just screwing plywood down. No big deal. The railroad ties kind of work. They definitely give it a good solid surface. Only problem is they're all warped and different things, so nothing is like completely flat. There's gaps under the edges and everything, but once I put the plywood down, it'll actually cover that little lip right there, so it'll sit on top of that lip, and then we'll screw it down so the shed will be held down by the plywood and the screws and everything. So I'm not worried about, the shed flying away. We got lots of wood to screw down too, and lots of weight to hold everything down. But yep, this is it. We are pretty much done. These doors work out pretty good. These were kind of a pain in the butt to put together, but we got little locks top and bottom. And then we got our latch on the outside. So yeah, works pretty good. Surprisingly, everything went together as smooth as it did. For them pre-drilling a million pilot holes basically for all these little tiny screws, they did pretty good. Everything lined up for the most part. The only thing they missed was on the doors. These support pieces on the inside, those didn't have any pilot holes, so you didn't really know where to put them. I had to drill new holes. So maybe those are added later to add some strength to the doors. Maybe they didn't have that before. I don't know. But so far, we're happy. I am so sore though. I slept kind of bad, kind of good, just for the fact that I was so sore. I'm always finding little edges like this that need to be kind of bent up so you don't hit your head on that. But anyways, yeah, my fingertips are all tore up from... there's a million little screws in this that you're handling, and you can't use gloves because the screws are so small. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, not gonna lie. But we got it done pretty much in one day. That's probably 6-7 hours solid work. So I'm happy. Oh yeah, look at that. These are all bowing up here. Like everything's under, ouch, there's a sliver. Oh, that was a deep one. Jeez, holy crap, that went like a 1/4 inch into my finger. So anyways, yeah, everything's kind of under a lot of stress and pressure under this, so it's got to kind of relax a little, I guess. But I mean, it's not completely airproof. You can see it's got its ventilation all the way around the edges and the corners that don't quite fit up right, and it does have ventilation along this top ridge, so that's good. My finger is bleeding. God, that sliver hurts. But yeah, I'm just glad it's done. We can move on to other things. I can get some junk out of the garage, give myself a little bit more space, specifically the boxes that the shed was in. All right, we're done. That's enough talking about a shed.